My name is Joan Mainville. I'm from the Koochiching First Nation. I am originally from Ojibways of Onigaming First Nation, and my clan is the Bear, and my native name is Kwechench, Kwetamoksminabeshikdishnikas. I don't remember when I was diagnosed, but it did come out of, it broadsided me. I didn't know I had that. It was just through the regular doctor visits that when they took the sugar, blood sugar, that's how it started. And eventually they put me on pills. Lately, within the last 3 months, the doctor took me off the pill because it has been so good. I have been doing good, so which is I'm really glad about that, really happy. So that's one pill that I don't have to take, which is to me it's good. I try to watch what I'm eating, like I'm trying to have a healthier diet, more vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. I've been trying um, to look after myself a little bit better.
Do you have to test your sugar at all?
I do test it, but I don't do it on a daily basis. I maybe 2-3 times a week. I try to do it first thing in the morning before I eat something, and then later on in the day after supper I'll do before 8. I'll take another test, and I haven't gone over the 2 digits. Like the best I've done is like 6.0. The highest I've gone was 9.7 or whatever. Yeah. So I've been doing it, and I keep a little diary. I write it down, and when I do take the test. And so I'm just trying to do the best that I can for myself. I think I'm very lucky. I think I'm very fortunate that I'm going to see age 79 on February the 10th. So, which is to me, I'm very grateful. A lot has happened in my life especially from age 7. That's when I went to residential school, and I went to 3 of them, even though it was the hardest thing, but I was determined. So I finished high school, went to business college, and went to work for Indian Affairs. That was my career in membership. And then I have got married and had 3 children. I now have 3 granddaughters. I try to make a meal every day, every supper. Like I make a meal, and my daughter cooks on the weekends. So we take turns, and it's usually like tonight I'm going to have a roast and mashed potatoes and vegetables. Try to eat healthy. The diagnosis was, like I say, I was blindsided. You know, it blindsided me. I didn't know I had. There's no symptoms. At least in my case, I didn't have any symptoms. It was through the blood work that the sugar count or whatever it is, that's how I found out from the doctor. I think it's very important to take care of yourself. See the doctor, get a checkup even if you're not feeling sick, or at least make an appointment to get a checkup. Just to see, just to reassure yourself how your health is, even if you're feeling good, at least get a checkup. I was on my way to Kenora one day, and I stopped by to see my one living aunt at the time. My mother had passed away, and so I stopped to my aunt's, and she was sitting in her living room, and she had her table in front of her, and there was these jars in front of her, and there was like leaves and and stuff like that, and she was grinding them with her hands and putting them in these jars, and she had them in front of her. And I asked her, I said, what are they? Is that medicine? We were speaking in Ojibwe. And she says, yes. I said, from the bush? And she said, yes. And she said, this is for when you burn, when you burn from a fire. This medicine is for burn. And I was quite amazed and astonished. And I says, and you did that yourself? She says, yeah. So I said to her, I had sandals on, it was in the summertime. I said to her, when I come back, I says, I want to have shoes on. Could you take me into the bush and show me these medicines? And she said, yes. So by the time I went back, she had died. So I didn't get to learn the medicines. And now, I'm that age now. I'm that age group that should know these things, but I don't. And that's a sad part. I wish there would be more interest in our younger people for them to learn these medicines that are in the bush. And, that's one thing I really, really regret. I didn't take the time to go back for her to show me, to tell me what the medicines are. As a child growing up in the residential school, I played all kinds of sports. I played hockey, I played baseball. That was one of the things we really enjoyed. So there was a lot of activity. Sometimes I feel sad when I think about my childhood. It was lost, kind of. From age 7, I was no longer with my mom and my dad, my aunts and my grandma. We were in the residential school, so we lost a lot. And I went into the workforce, and I did keep up with some of the traditional ways. I've been lucky, I've been fortunate, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's to each individual to make it the way. Try to live a good life, live decently, and be kind. And be interested. And don't give up. Yeah. But it is also important to realize how many of us have gone through the challenges we have come. And I'm talking about the social challenges, like the drinking and the drugs now. In my age, it was the drinking that got to people. Some of us made it through, a lot didn't. I went to school with a lot of the girls, because we were all separate in the residential school. We didn't get to even talk with our brothers. We couldn't be with our brothers. We were separated. And but at least with the girls, we were together, and I remember one of my best friends left school at age 16 and went back onto the reserve and got married and had a large family, and into the booze. And there was some very sadness. In the end, she wasn't. She had stopped, but diabetes took over, and the last time I saw her, her leg was cut off, and it's so sobering. It's very. It's hard to see. And so some of us made it through. It didn't get us. Some of us made it to finish high school, to go into college or university, but especially my age group, not too many of us. finished grade 12 even, you know. And but some of us did, and had careers. Some of us did that, and even though we had hardship in the residential schools. But anyway, that's my story.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
Yeah.